She made the world laugh, brought countless characters to life, and became a symbol of charm, talent, and resilience. But behind the smiles, the applause, and the flashing cameras, Christina Applegate's life has been far from easy. At 53, her story is one of heartbreak, courage, and unimaginable struggles. From early stardom to health battles and the relentless pressures of Hollywood, what she endured is a story most of us could never imagine. Today, we dive deep into the hidden truths of Christina Applegate's life, a journey of laughter, pain, and survival that will leave you heartbroken yet inspired. Christina Applegate's path to stardom began almost from birth. Born into a family of performers, her mother, Nancy Pretty, was an actress and singer. Christina was exposed to the world of entertainment early on. But unlike many child stars, she displayed a natural charm and charisma that set her apart. At just 16 years old, she landed the role of Kelly Bundy on the iconic sitcom Married with Children, a character that would define her early career. Kelly was the quintessential witty, stylish, and slightly naive daughter, and Christina brought her to life with a comedic timing that belied her young age. Audiences quickly fell in love with her, and she became a household name almost overnight. Behind the scenes, however, the life of a teenage actress in Hollywood was far from simple. While the cameras captured laughter and scripted antics, Christina navigated long workdays, public scrutiny, and the constant challenge of balancing a personal life with her rising career. The sudden fame that many dream of often comes with hidden costs. Teen actors face intense pressure to maintain a public image, to perform flawlessly on set, and to keep up with the relentless attention of fans and media. Christina experienced all of this firsthand, yet she carried herself with a professionalism and poise that impressed co-stars and directors alike. Friends from her early career recall a young woman who was always focused, yet quietly aware of the sacrifices she had to make. While her peers were exploring typical teenage experiences, Christina was memorizing scripts, attending auditions, and learning to navigate the complicated world of Hollywood. The industry can be unforgiving, and even small missteps can impact a young actor's career. Yet Christina's dedication and natural talent allowed her to thrive, turning her into one of the most recognizable young actresses of the late 1980s and early 1990s. Her early fame also exposed her to the realities of celebrity culture, the paparazzi, fan obsession, and public commentary. For a teenager, these pressures could have been overwhelming. There were moments of vulnerability that she kept private, moments when the weight of expectations felt unbearable. But Christina learned to adapt, finding ways to manage public attention while staying true to herself. Despite the challenges, she maintained her sense of humor, charm, and resilience. Even as she gained fame, Christina remained committed to improving her craft. She transitioned from television to film, exploring roles that challenged her comedic abilities and showcased her versatility. Her performances in movies like Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead proved that she was not just a sitcom star, but a talented actress capable of taking on diverse roles. Each step of her career highlighted her determination to grow, her commitment to her craft, and her ability to captivate audiences both on screen and off. By the time she reached her early 20s, Christina Applegate was already a veteran in the entertainment industry. The public saw her laughter, her wit, and her glamorous appearances, but behind the scenes, she was navigating a complex world that few could understand. The challenges of early fame, the pressures of Hollywood, and the need to constantly prove herself shaped her into the resilient, talented, and multidimensional woman she would become. Christina's journey to stardom was only the beginning, and the true tests of her strength and courage were yet to come. Just when it seemed that Christina's career and life were reaching new heights, she faced a challenge that no script could prepare her for, a battle that would test her courage, resilience, and determination like never before. Behind the glamour and success A fight for survival was about to begin. Christina Applegate's life took a dramatic and frightening turn in her 30s when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. For someone who had spent decades in the public eye, the diagnosis was shocking, not just for her fans, but for everyone who knew her as the bubbly, vibrant actress from Married, with children and other beloved projects. Cancer is a battle that affects both the body and the soul, and for Christina, the journey was emotionally and physically grueling. She faced a double mastectomy, months of intense treatments, and a recovery period that challenged her both privately and professionally. The decision to publicly share her journey was courageous. She wanted to raise awareness, encourage early detection, and show others facing similar struggles that they were not alone. Despite the outward bravery, the personal toll was immense. Christina had to navigate the fear, uncertainty, and emotional strain that comes with a life-threatening illness. Even when surrounded by doctors, friends, and family, the journey was isolating. Cancer changes more than your body. It changes how you see yourself, your life, and your future. In interviews, Christina has spoken about the mental challenges she faced, the sleepless nights, and the moments of doubt that weighed heavily on her. Behind the laughter that defined her public persona, there were times when fear and vulnerability took center stage. The health battle also had a ripple effect on her personal life. Relationships, both romantic and platonic, were tested by the stress and unpredictability of illness. Christina had to balance her own needs, the expectations of her career, and the emotional needs of those around her. It was a delicate act of resilience, requiring her to find strength even when she felt depleted. Friends described Christina as someone who faced adversity with grace, yet carried the invisible scars of these experiences. Every step of her journey reflected determination, courage, and a deep commitment to life, even when the odds seemed insurmountable. In addition to physical challenges, Christina confronted emotional and psychological struggles. Cancer survivors often experience a profound sense of vulnerability and a reevaluation of priorities, and Christina was no exception. She had to confront her own mortality while continuing to maintain a public image as a strong, capable actress. Balancing personal pain with professional obligations added layers of complexity to her life. Through interviews, advocacy work, and public appearances, she transformed her experience into inspiration for millions. Christina became a symbol not only of survival, but also of the quiet, often unseen courage required to endure life's most devastating challenges. Her story also highlights the double burden many female celebrities face: the expectation to recover and return to public life quickly, while simultaneously managing health, family, and career pressures. Christina's return to acting was marked by determination and resilience, yet the path was far from easy. Roles had to be carefully chosen, energy had to be managed, and the emotional weight of her journey remained with her. Through it all, she maintained her sense of humor, her ability to connect with audiences, and her unwavering dedication to telling stories that mattered to her. Christina's health battles, while deeply personal, became a public story that resonated with millions. Her openness about her journey, through interviews, charitable work, and advocacy, transformed her struggle into a platform for hope and education. She showed that even in the darkest moments, courage, resilience, and honesty could light the way. But beyond the inspiration, there was heartbreak, exhaustion, and private moments of vulnerability that few ever witnessed. Christina's story reminds us that true strength often lies not in fame or talent, but in facing life's most profound challenges with determination, dignity, and grace. Surviving cancer was only one battle. Hollywood has its own rules: ruthless, relentless, and often unforgiving. Even a beloved star like Christina Applegate could not escape the pressures of an industry that demands perfection, rewards image over authenticity, and often leaves its brightest talents struggling in silence. After triumphing over her health, battles, Christina Applegate returned to acting with renewed determination, but the landscape of Hollywood had changed. Roles were no longer guaranteed, and the industry's standards were as exacting as ever. Female actors in particular face intense scrutiny, not just for their talent, but for their appearance, their personal lives, and even the choices they make off camera. Every decision Christina made, every red carpet appearance, and every social media post was analyzed, critiqued, and discussed in public forums. The pressure to maintain a flawless image while continuing to grow as an artist created a tension that few outsiders could truly understand. Despite these challenges, Christina continued to deliver incredible performances. Her role in the hit Netflix series Dead to Me demonstrated her versatility, depth, and maturity as an actress. Critics and audiences praised her ability to balance comedy with heartbreak, humor with darkness, a skill that had matured over decades in the spotlight. Yet even as she received accolades and Emmy nominations, the underlying pressures persisted. Hollywood's unrelenting pace, the constant comparisons to younger actors, and invisible to the public. Friends, co-stars, and directors describe Christina as professional, dedicated, and deeply talented, yet aware of the unique challenges she faced. She had to navigate a world that could be both rewarding and punishing. One misstep could affect a career, while a single high-profile success might not shield her from scrutiny. The industry often evaluates female actors more harshly than their male counterparts, especially as they age. Christina, like many of her peers, had to carefully select roles that would showcase her talent while also protecting her personal boundaries. Balancing creative fulfillment with career sustainability became a constant negotiation. In addition to professional pressures, Christina faced personal challenges that intertwined with her career. Returning to acting after a health crisis required not only physical recovery, but also emotional resilience. The expectations to appear strong, to maintain public composure, and to continue delivering high-quality work created a constant mental load. While fans admired her ability to shine on screen, they were largely unaware of the behind-the-scenes struggles, the fatigue, the self-doubt, and the quiet moments of reflection that accompanied her professional endeavors. Even as she embraced new opportunities, Christina confronted the harsh realities of fame. Typecasting, gossip, and public opinion were forces she could not fully control. She had to learn how to navigate an industry that celebrates youth and novelty, often overlooking experience, depth, and talent. Her ability to persevere despite these pressures illustrates a remarkable combination of resilience, intelligence, and dedication. She continued to challenge herself with complex roles that demanded vulnerability, skill, and emotional honesty, refusing to be limited by external expectations or industry norms. Christina's journey through Hollywood pressures is a reminder that success is rarely linear. It is often accompanied by scrutiny, judgment, and challenges that the public cannot see. Even for a star with decades of experience, the weight of expectation can be immense. Yet Christina's career demonstrates that perseverance, talent, and integrity can coexist with vulnerability and struggle. Her story highlights the hidden costs of fame, the sacrifices, the personal battles, and the relentless drive required to remain at the top of one of the world's most demanding industries. Through it all, Christina Applegate has remained a figure of inspiration, showing that the path to professional success is not just about accolades or awards, but about resilience, courage, and navigating life's pressures with grace. Her story is a testament to the invisible battles faced by many in Hollywood, and a powerful reminder that even the brightest stars often endure struggles that remain unseen by the public eye. At 53, Christina Applegate's story is no longer just about her roles or her fame. It is about survival, resilience, and the private battles that have shaped her life. What the world sees on screen, the laughter, charm, and charisma, is only a fraction of her true journey. The heartbreak, the struggles, and the quiet courage behind the scenes tell a story far deeper than Hollywood lights could ever reveal. Today, Christina Applegate is a survivor in every sense of the word. Beyond her iconic roles and public appearances, her life has been defined by the challenges she has faced and overcome. From a young actress navigating the pressures of fame, to a woman confronting life-threatening illness, and now to a seasoned performer balancing career and personal wellness, her journey is marked by both triumph and heartbreak. The resilience she has shown over decades is remarkable, yet it comes with a weight that the public rarely witnesses. Her health battles remain a defining chapter of her life. Having endured breast cancer, a double mastectomy, and the emotional toll that accompanies such a diagnosis, Christina's path to recovery was neither simple nor straightforward. The physical healing was only part of the journey. The emotional and psychological impacts lingered long after treatment ended. The vulnerability she displayed by sharing her experience publicly resonated with millions of fans, yet it also revealed the private depth of her struggle. For Christina, the challenge was not only to survive, but to reclaim her sense of self, her confidence, and her place in an industry that can be unforgiving. Hollywood pressures continued to shape her reality. Even as she took on complex and acclaimed roles, she faced expectations regarding appearance, performance, and public image. Aging in an industry obsessed with youth added another layer of challenge, as Christina had to navigate opportunities that matched her talent while rejecting those that undermined her dignity or compromised her well-being. The careful balance between professional ambition and personal health became an ongoing consideration, reflecting the often unseen demands placed on female actors. Yet beyond the pressures and challenges, Christina has remained an inspiring figure. Her work in advocacy, particularly in raising awareness about cancer and supporting survivors, demonstrates a commitment to using her experiences to help others. She continues to engage with fans, colleagues, and charities in ways that highlight her empathy, intelligence, and generosity. While her journey is marked by heartbreak, it is also defined by resilience, courage, and a dedication to making a positive impact. Personal relationships, too, have been shaped by her experiences. Navigating friendships, family bonds, and romantic relationships in the context of fame, health struggles, and public scrutiny requires a level of emotional intelligence and strength that few can comprehend. Christina has managed to maintain meaningful connections despite these challenges, often shielding her private life from public scrutiny to protect herself and those she loves. Her story is a reminder that even those in the public eye have boundaries, vulnerabilities, and personal battles that cannot be captured by media headlines or paparazzi snapshots. As she reflects on her journey, Christina Applegate embodies a complex mixture of triumph and tragedy. Her laughter, humor, and talent continue to inspire audiences, while her private struggles remind the world of the cost of resilience. At 53, she represents both the enduring power of human spirit and the quiet heartbreak of challenges that remain largely unseen. Her story is a poignant lesson in courage, illustrating that true strength is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to endure, adapt, and continue to shine despite it. Christina's life today is a blend of reflection, advocacy, and continued artistic achievement. She continues to take on roles that challenge her creatively, engage with causes that matter personally, and live with an awareness of the fragility and value of life. Her journey reminds us that even in the face of tragedy, there is hope, there is resilience, and there is a lasting impact that extends far beyond Hollywood. Ultimately, Christina Applegate's story is more than a tale of fame or success. It is a testament to survival, heart, and human courage. It is a story that inspires, moves, and breaks hearts, showing that even the strongest stars carry burdens that are invisible to the world, yet leave an indelible mark on their lives and those who witness their journey.